aśōkastāraṇastāraḥ śūraḥ śaurirjanēśvaraḥ anukūlaḥ śatāvartaḥ padmī padmanibhēkṣaṇaḥ.
Aśōkah. Shoka means sorrow, grief, misery. Aśōkah means one who has got no sorrow at all. When will a person not have any sorrow? One who is totally, completely fulfilled within himself. When everything has been fulfilled, whatever we wanted, at least for that time period, we won't have sorrow. But the thing is, we are always in the realm of change. Therefore, immediately everything will become ulta-fied, and therefore the Ashoka, no sorrow state, will once again become sorrow state for us, because change has to happen. Nothing is permanent. But for Bhagavan, he always is in the Ashoka state. No sorrow. When, like I said, when will sorrow come? Sorrow will come when we are incomplete, when we don't feel fulfilled, when there is a dissatisfaction, when we feel an imperfection, a sense of imperfection. Therefore, I want to become perfect. So now I am not happy. Why? These imperfections I have recognized in my life. I hope to take them all out from my life and then attain to that state of perfection. Then only there won't be any sorrow for us. But we are only going from relative. When we say I am perfect, that also is a relative state only. It's not absolute perfection that we have reached. Something we had as a goal in our life, we have reached that. The moment we reach that, there is something more again for us to attain. So for us, it is never complete. So therefore, total absolute fulfillment, absolute perfection represent the state of changelessness. So in our case, it is always a relative. So if we are feeling more perfect today, more fulfilled today, we are feeling maybe yesterday also we felt fulfilled, but it was to a lesser degree. Like that it is. A variation. Ashoka, the same as Achyutaha. No fall for him, no flaw for him, no imperfection, no limitations, no conditioning, absolutely nothing. No fall for him. Fall from where to where will he fall when he is all pervading? Never ever he makes a mistake. We make mistakes and therefore we get into the state of sorrow, grief. I should not have done this and now I am feeling very sad about it. Sorrow, it brought sorrow to us. Why? We did the wrong things. Bhagavan is Harichitta Satya. Never ever he makes a mistake. He can't make a mistake. And therefore, where is sorrow for him? So, Ashoka. Sita was kept, we are told, in Ashokavana. Again, the entire Ramayana is an inner spiritual pilgrimage or a yatra for all of us. The whole thing, from the birth of Rama in Ayodhya to his parents, then all the different incidents of Ramayana, coming up to Lanka, killing Ravana for whatever mistake he did, and then going back also and becoming the king of Ayodhya. The whole thing is for all of us a journey. What journey? First, our slip. We fell from the immortal state to the mortal state. Narayana has become Nara. Madhava has become Manava. So that journey, downward journey, has been also indicated in Ramayana, and then our upward journey also has been indicated over there. So once Narayana become Nara, Nara back to Narayana. Madhava has become a Manava, Manava back to Madhava. Is the entire Ramayana. The whole Ramayana we can relate within us. All the characters and all the incidents. So beautiful it is. We never knew it was like the richness of Ramayana. For children, it is a fascinating story. Why for children? Even for us. One novel we buy and then we read. Second time we don't feel like reading it. We know all this. Sorry, we know everything about it. What is there again? Why should I read it? So many of us don't buy. We go to the library, borrow, or read and give it back. But Ramayana, every time we hear a story, we hear or we read, there is some newness over there. There is some freshness over there. We never get bored. So the story itself. Then after that, slowly what the characters represent for a little bit more higher level. the quality, the values, the relationships, the right type of relationships to be maintained. If we maintain the wrong relationships, what all can happen? Therefore, there is a lesson for all of us, a little more higher. If I want to walk the spiritual path and reach the highest, what is the Ramayana telling me? The whole Bhagavad Gita and whatever the Upanishads are telling us, the theory part and the practical part, everything has been laid down there in the Ramayana for us. What about a man of realization, Jivan Mukta? Gurudev beautifully talks about it. For him, Ramayana is nothing but his own story. His story, capital H-I-S dash story, not history. History is boring. History takes place in space and time. But his story is completely different. So the entire Ramayana for Jivan Mukta is nothing but, it's like his biography over there. He is reveling in it. So for everybody there is something that the Ramayana it contributes to all of us. It adds to our lives. Sita there, when Ravana takes her and goes away, she is made a prisoner, captive over there. Where is she staying? In Lanka, in Aśōkavana she is staying. Very beautiful, Aśōkavana. Shoka means sorrow. Aśōka means no sorrow. Does it mean that Sita had never any sorrow at all? Of course she had sorrow. Again, Gurudev explains it out very beautifully. He said, though there was sorrow, she chose not to identify with the sorrow. She rose beyond the sorrow. Therefore, when Hanumanji goes this, there is a little bit of a anxiety. She tells him how difficult it is. All that is there. But there is a very different picture of hers also over there. It just shows to us how strong she is also. So a strong person can never ever be immersed in sorrow. In fact, she asked Hanumanji, how is Rama? Is he living up to his dharma? If a person is sorrowful, will they ever ask such questions? And if a person is totally in sorrow, they may compromise. She never compromised. There are so many lessons. So therefore, though she was in Aśōkavana, though she was in sorrow, still she refused to identify with the sorrow, she rose above it. Is the meaning of Sita was in Aśōkavana. Many of our masters, Tyagaraja Swami, the great musician saint, according to us, he was in full sorrow. Why? He was in poverty. He didn't have money. He was not an asthana musician, court musician, where everything is taken care of by the king. He was leading a very, very simple life. His brother was very angry with him. He so beautifully you sing. The king has sent word for you also to become the court musician. At least come and sing over there. He was even told, you can sing on Rama, you don't have to glorify the king, but please come. And whatever, all arrangements will be made for a comfortable living. The king in fact sent through his messengers silken robes we are told, silken clothes, jewelry, ornaments, gold coins, plates came. Tyagaraja Swami said no, take it back. It was not that he was living a luxurious life. No, it was not like that. They didn't know how to meet. He was always going and begging for his livelihood. On the streets he would go, singing Lord's kirtans and then begging. He had a daughter to be married. So his brother told him, why don't you accept it? He said, no. I am very, very happy, he said. See, from our standpoint or from the world's standpoint, he was of course in sorrow. But from Tyagaraja Swami's standpoint, he was never in sorrow. And at that point of time, he wrote that beautiful song, Nidhi Chala Sukama, in Kalyani Raga. Such an auspicious raga it is, Kalyani. Nidhi Chala Sukama, Ramuni Sannidhi Sukama, Nijamuna Balko Manasa. Hey mind, he is asking himself, Nidhi chala. Does material wealth give you happiness? Nidhi means material wealth. Or Rama Sannidhi. Sannidhi means presence, auspicious presence. So does material wealth give you happiness, O mind, or Rama's auspicious presence give you more happiness? Or that word can be broken up into Sannidhi can be not only auspicious present, the wealth called Rama, Rama Ratana. The wealth called Rama, does that give you more happiness? That's a very beautiful song. That's the time he's supposed to have written it. Can he ever have given out that song if he was in Shoka state? But from everybody's standpoint, from the brother's standpoint, they were all, drowned in sorrow, misery, poverty, do not know how to come out of it. So very respectfully, Tyagaraja Swami sends back everything. That's the time the brother got very angry. He got angry with Tyagaraja Swami. He got angry with Rama also. Because of Rama, my brother is like that. And then slowly one night when everybody was sleeping, he took the vigrahas of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Hanumanji and put it into Kaveri river. Tossed it into the river. Next morning when Tyagaraja Swami got up to sing his Suprabhatam, there are so many beautiful songs, right from waking up Rama onwards. There are songs for everything. Just for him, Rama is living. So wake him up, give him a bath, then feed him. So just as we do all our day-to-day activities, all of that, after the food, tambulam, pan, for that also there is a song. And when very, very happily we are sitting on the swing in the garden and move, rock, swinging away, for that there is a song. And Rama, after you go outside and then come back inside, careful, careful, he says over there. The door is not very big. You are very tall. Rama is supposed to be very tall. And the height of the door is not as tall. So therefore, Hecharika, carefully bend and come inside. See how his beautiful relationship with Rama. So for everything there is a song. And then putting it to sleep, of course, there is a song. So beautiful it is. And he tells Sita Amma also. Or I think Bhadrachal Ramdas, I think. There's one song, I don't know whether it is Bhadrachal Ramdas or Tyagaraja Swami. He says, when Rama is relaxing at night and Tambula you are giving to him, at that point of time, both of you are at that time, can you please put in a petition, my petition to him? He seems to have forgotten me. Can you please do it? Addressed to Sita. So like that, the Tyagaraja Swami's brother, took away all the idols and then put them into the Kaveri river. He didn't know. Morning when he went to wake up the Lord, the idols are all missing. So then he goes, no food, no sleep. He is running around like a crazy mad person, hunting for Rama everywhere. He goes on a pilgrimage at that point of time, we are told. At that point of time, whichever temple he went, there are beautiful songs on those deities also. Rama comes in his vision and tells him where he is. He says, I am on the riverbed, Kaveri. He came back. And then the idols were lifted and then they were placed in a beautiful palanquin and then brought home. For that there is a beautiful song, welcoming the Lord back home. How can we even consider him to be in Shoka? But from our standpoint, yes, he is in Shoka only. Nothing. Muthuswami Dikshitar also was like that. His wife told him, why don't you ask God? You seem to be talking to God every day. Why don't you ask for some wealth? He wrote Hiranmayim Lakshmim. There's a song. I will never ever take the refuge of a Manava. That song is there. Hiranmayim Lakshmim, a song by Muthuswami Dikshitar. They were also in poverty. So from our standpoint, from our perspective or viewpoint, they are in sorrow, they are in trouble, they are in grief. They don't even know from where the next meal will come. From their standpoint, Ashoka. If our masters itself have expressed it like this and we read their biographies, what to talk about the Lord? Ashoka is. So Sita also, she was in sorrow, but she refused. She did not identify herself with that sorrow in which she was in. And therefore Hanumanji, when he sees Sita, he says, this is a made for each other couple. I can't find anybody more befitting than Sita for my Rama. And the other way around also he says, I can't find anybody more befitting than for Sita for Rama and Rama for Sita. Beautifully he expresses it in the Ramayana. So aśōkaha. The next two namas we will do them together. Taranaha, Taraha. Taraha means it's a noun. Tara, one who saves us. Tarana means to cross over, to save. So, who will save us? Save us from what? We are all supposed to be in the ocean of samsara, drowned in the ocean of samsara. Kuleshekar Alvar in Mukundamala says, not even on the surface. If we are on the surface, somebody can see us and then pick us up. He says, totally I am inside the water, deep down, Bhagavan. Can you see me? He says, I don't even know. I am lost in the depths of the ocean of samsara I am. Is what he says. So ocean of samsara we are all in, and samsara means realm of change. That's what it represents. Samsara doesn't mean our bank balance is not like that. I didn't get a 3 BHK, I wanted a 2, and so samsara is difficult. That is not samsara. That is a very small, narrow viewpoint. Samsara means realm of change. So therefore somebody must pick us up from this realm of change and rescue us and put us onto that state of changelessness, from mortal state to the immortal state. Who will help us? Nobody can help us except Bhagavan. He is the only one. Bhaja Govindam. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha samsare bahu dustare, kripaya pare, pahi murare. Paranam means take me on to the other side. So I have gotten into this wheel of birth and death, or into this ocean of birth and death. Ocean means waves rising up and going down, rising up and going down. So I do not know how to get out of it. It's so difficult, oh Lord. Unless and until your grace and blessing is there on me. You are the only one who can take me across the ocean of samsara. So who can take us out of this ocean of samsara? Bhagavan. Therefore he is called Taraha. He alone can save us. He alone can lift us up from the ocean of samsara. Therefore he is called as Taraha. Taranaha, one who helps us. He may be one who can save us. But will he save us? Say, oh, she is very rich, in needs of time, but she is rich, she's got a lot of money. But in times of need, will she help me? Whatever it is, will she help me? It's like that. So both of them go together. So Taraha and Taranaha. One who saves is called Taraha, and one who helps us, enables us all to cross over is called as Tarana. Both mean the same. Just a little bit of variation, that's all. So Bhagavan is the Tara, he is the savior for all of us. The 12th chapter also there is, it comes over there. Uddhara. I am the one, Mrityu Samsara, I am the one, Tesham Aham Samuddarta, Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. I am the one who will help lift you up from Mrityu Samsara Sagara. Mrityu Samsara Sagar. Ocean, Mrityu Samsara. Both mean the same. Mrityu means change, samsara also means change over there. Tesham, of those people who have been devoted to me, who are devoted to me, who have surrendered unto to me, I become there. Tesham aham samuddarta. I become the one who will help them out and who will save them from this Mrityu Samsara Sagar. Very beautiful two little incidents are there which I want to share over here, which fits into these namas. One is that Kevat story. So when Kaikeyi says that Rama should go to the forest, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana have left Ayodhya and they've come to the outskirts over there. Now they have to cross the river. And they've come to where those tribesmen are all living. The chief is the Guha is there. So they have come over there. They spend one night over there, and the next day they are supposed to cross the river. Somebody has to take them across the river. So Guha calls one of the boatsmen. Kevat. We do not, Kevat itself means boatsman. We don't have the name. It only goes by the name Kevat over there. He says, come, you have a job to do, and you have to take in your boat the Rama, Sita and Lakshmana from this side of the river and take them across the river from this side to that side. He says, no, I'm not going to take them. It's a very humorous little incident. So Guha is very angry actually. You are refusing to take Rama and Sita and Lakshmana across. Don't you know you are privileged to have them in your boat and privileged to do service to them? He says, no, it's not like that. I have heard that the dust of Rama's feet turned a stone into a woman. The dust of Rama turned a stone, hard stone. My boat is made up of wood. It's softer than stone. Supposing Rama's dust, the dust of his feet touches my wooden boat, if it gets transformed into a woman, what will I do? As it is, I've got one wife and children. I can't look after one more. Sorry. So the condition is I have to wash Lord's feet. Not that somebody should wash or he will wash and come. I have to direct. I have to make sure that his feet are clean of the dust, and I will wash. All that he wants to do is wash Lord's feet. That's all. Rama understands, and he says, okay. So Kevat gets to wash Rama's feet. It's very beautiful. There's a little more over there. I don't want to make it elaborated. So he washes Rama's feet, and then they all get into the boat, and then he takes them across the river. And on the other side, when they get off the boat, Rama looks at Sita. Rama has come without any ornament, but Sita has come with ornaments. She also wanted to take out, but then Vasishta, the Rishi, Maharshi, pulled up Kaikeyi and said, you will not tender like that only. It's not auspicious. So let her go along with her ornament. So Sita has come with all her ornament. So Rama looks at Sita. Sita understands, and she's about to take out a ring from her finger and give it, so that Rama can give that as the payment. When somebody rows the boat from this side to that side, and then we have to pay for it. Yes. These are all again lessons for us. No, nothing for free. Never, take anybody for granted. After all, I am Lord Rama, avatar of Bhagavan. For him, he is blessed and fortunate to have taken me across. Why should I pay him? He is already blessed. These are all small little hidden messages for all of us in the Ramayana. How we should be behaving in our lives. He never takes anybody for granted. So he has taken me across the river in his boat. I have to pay him. So therefore he wants to pay him, and then Kevat says, no, I will not receive any money, anything from you. He says, why? That is, after all, for your livelihood you are doing it. Kevat says, both of us are in the same profession. People in the same profession, there is no lena dena between them. They don't take and give. Rama is confused in quotes. He is not confused. This is all for us. How come both of us are in the same profession? You are the one who is taking people in your boat across the river. How are you and me in the same profession? And therefore you don't want to take anything as a payment from me. Very beautifully, Kevat says, I take people across the river from this side to that side in my boat. Bhagavan, you are also doing the same thing. You are taking people across the ocean of samsara from this side to that side. Are we not in the same profession? Therefore, according to that ethics, people in the same profession don't charge anything. Either way. So therefore, I will not take anything. And only one thing I praise, next after 14 years when you come back from that side to this side, You have to again come back. You must give me the privilege of taking you from the other side to this side. That's all I want. I don't want anything else. Taraha Taranaha. Well, one little incident. This is another very beautiful incident also. When the bridge Rama Setu was being built for the Vanaras to cross over from the tip of Bharat and go to Lanka, we are told that huge rocks were being tossed, huge rocks and logs of wood were being tossed into the ocean, and they were all, with the help of the Vanaras, some of the Vanaras, they had special powers. And ocean, Lord Samudra also said, don't worry, I will make sure that they are all held intact, that they won't move away, drift away in the water. So huge rocks and logs of wood were being tossed into the ocean, but they were all floating. Why? Because Ram was being written over there on them. So on every rock and every log of wood, Rama was written and tossed into the ocean, and it was floating. Rama was looking at all these things, and he said, wonder of wonders, huge rocks, they're all floating, logs of wood are floating, just by my name being written over there. I never knew the glory of my name myself. Rama doesn't know the glory of his name himself. Of course he won't know, we will know. We devotees will know more than him. So he said, I never knew my Nama Mahima. I didn't know. So therefore he said, if my name written on those rocks can make them all float, what about me myself putting something into the ocean? Let me test, he said. But he didn't want to test in front of everybody. So we are told he went to a corner over there, picked up a small grain of sand. Tiny grain. He didn't even pick up a big pebble. See, he doesn't even know when he throws whether it will float or whether it will sink. So why take the risk of a big pebble or a rock or a stone? Take the tiniest grain of sand, so small it is. And he said, if big rocks wherein my name is being written are all floating, sure, Rama myself, I am putting this grain of sand into water. Sure, it must float. With that in his mind, he put the grain of sand into water. It sank. Rama was little confused, little disturbed, we are told. Why did this happen? Perplexed, he didn't know what was happening. Anyway, it sank. I hope nobody has seen. Then when he turned around, Hanumanji was there just behind him. He had seen. Wherever Rama goes, Hanumanji also will come behind him. So Hanumanji saw whatever Rama did. So Rama asked him, see what happened, Hanumanji? Hanuman, I don't think this should have happened, no. I myself put the grain of sand and it sank. Whereas you people are tossing in huge rocks with just my name. I'm not even touching it and they're all floating. I don't think this should have happened, isn't it? Hanumanji has got no doubt at all. He is Jnana Sagara. He said, whatever had to happen has happened. Lord, there is no other way. So how? That means you are endorsing what has happened. Please explain it to me. Then Hanumanji said, Lord, your hands are for doing Uddhara, Tarana. Whatever comes, your hands are only for uplifting, only for blessing, only for saving people who are drowned in the ocean of samsara. So your hand should always uplift, from lower level to upper level. What did you do? You picked up a grain of sand, and from a higher level you dropped it to lower level, you dropped it in water. When you drop anything, Rama, won't it sink? It can be a grain of sand, it can be a human being. If God leaves us all, sure we are going to sink. But if Lord holds us all, holds our hand and then uplifts us, we will all be saved. So when you yourself have taken the grain of sand in your hand, how happy it must have felt sitting in your hand. Oh, Bhagavan has done uddhar of me. And then suddenly, before it can feel happy, what did you do? You dropped it in the water. Of course it will sink, because you have left. Chhod diya. We say, kai bidadu in Kannada we say. When you leave, sure anything, whether it's a thing or a being, will sink. Therefore, Lord Hanumanji told him, never ever leave anything from your hand. Like this. Your hand is always for uplifting. What will Rama do? He had to smile and nod his head and say, right, Hanuman, you are right. Beautiful incidents to show to us the glory of the Lord. So, Taranaha and Taraha. Bhagavan is the one who saves us all from the ocean of samsara, and also he helps us to cross the ocean of samsara. Shūraḥ. Shūraḥ means very powerful, valiant. Bhagavan in the 7th chapter says, Balam balavatāmasmi kamaraga vivarjitam. I am the strength in the strong, but minus kama and raga. So all strength he is. So he must be powerful, he must be valiant. He is the one who can never ever be defeated. So courage, strength, everything, he is an embodiment of all of that. So therefore we pray to him for strength, for might, for power, whatever it is that we want, for courage. Dhairya Lakshmi. We pray to her for courage. So therefore Shūraḥ, Shaurihi, because he belonged to the Shura clan. Krishna is being indicated over here. Krishna's father was Vasudeva. So Vasudeva's son we call Vasudeva. Dasharatha's son we call Dasharate. Mithila king's daughter Maithili. Janaka's daughter Janaki. So always the father's name can be attached, or even the mother's name can be attached over there. So like that, Raghu dynasty, Rama comes in, therefore Raghava. So like that, Krishna is the son of Vasudeva, therefore we call him Vasudeva. Vasudeva's father's name was Shurasena. So therefore Shurasena becomes Krishna's grandfather. So how will we address Krishna as the grandson of Shurasena? Shaurihi. One meaning Shauratva again. Just as the previous word, Shuratva, valiant, powerful, etc. The other meaning is he is the grandson of Shurasena. He belongs to that particular clan or dynasty, and therefore we address him as Shaurihi. Janeshvaraḥ, Jana plus Ishvara. Ishvara means Lord, Master, Ruler, Controller, the boss, the manager, of whom for all Jana. Jana comes from the word Ja. Ja means to be born, or that which is created. All of us were created. That's why we are called Jana. For all of us, irrespective of who we are, wherever we are, all creatures born, for all of them, who is the Lord, who is the Master, who manages everything? Lord alone manages everything. So Lord of all creatures is the meaning of Jana plus Ishvara, Janeshvara. Anukūlaḥ, opposite of Pratikūla. Anukūla means everything is everything is falling into place for me. How I wanted, things are happening. So sometimes we say everything is fitting into place so beautifully. It's all aligned so nicely. Anukūla. When we went out, the sun was shining. It looked like it was going to rain. We say, we hope it won't rain because we don't want to get wet. The moment we came back home, it started raining. Anukūla it was. It was not Pratikūla. So nature aligned with us. I'm just giving an example. So Anukūla means something which aligns with us. And when anything aligns with us, it becomes our well-wisher. Who is our well-wisher? Friend. So therefore, Anukūlaḥ means Bhagavan is the best friend for all of us. Sakha. So for all the ways we can relate to him, we can identify with him. Sakha Bhakti is also one aspect. We can relate to the Lord as our friend. Arjuna did it. He considered Krishna as his friend. So no high, no low. But still there is reverence, there is love, there is respect. But we are equal. So we can relate to the Lord as you are my friend. Sakha Bhakti. Or a friend is definitely a well-wisher. So he who is a well-wisher of all of us, and here it's not just Arjuna. Bhagavan is the well-wisher of each and every one of us. whether we pray to him or whether we don't pray to him, whether we believe in him or whether we don't believe in him. He is the only anukūlaḥ for all of us. Why? He just aligns so beautifully with all of us. The life that is there in us, it aligns itself through our equipment, body, mind, intellect, and helps us to do whatever we want to do. Without its grace, so that means it's a well-wisher. But now and then when we start doing wrong things, it advises also, that is there. But it's a well-wisher of us. The electricity is a well-wisher of all electrical equipment. It will never say, I will not grace through you, I will not bless you. Only thing is, contact has to be made. The moment the electrical equipment makes contact with electricity, electricity is a well-wisher. It will never say, I won't flow through you, unless and until the equipment is not okay. Similarly, the moment we contact, we are all already in contact with the Lord. We are all alive. That itself is enough. We are all alive. Yes. That means anukūlaḥ. Bhagavan is the only well-wisher of all of us. How? By giving to us, he is the light of consciousness in us. He is the very life in us, because of which we are all alive and doing whatever we are doing physically, mentally and intellectually. So therefore, Bhagavan is the only anukūlaḥ for all of us. He so beautifully aligns with us. And nature is nothing but a reflection of him. So since he aligns with us, nature aligns with us, therefore it becomes a duty bound for all of us to align ourselves with the Lord. Because he is the higher principle. Unless and until we align ourselves with him, on this side we will not be benefited. Shreyas will not happen to us. Our Shreyas means our welfare and our well-being. So if we all desire our welfare and well-being, we must also align ourselves with the Lord. Why? He has already aligned himself. He never took our permission to align himself with us. We are all alive. From the moment we are born, we are alive. He is already an anukūlaḥ for all of us. And therefore the only this thing from our side to do is to align with him. Similarly with nature. Nature is always aligned with us. She never ever takes rest. She never ever says, I will come late, summer coming late or winter, Magha, Masa. Strictly everything has come. On Shankaranti day, the sun changed its direction. So beautifully, it's aligning itself to the world of things and being. Why? To help us all, to bless us all. Ratha Saptami is there on Saturday. So the sun has taken a U-turn, and now Ratha Saptami is a day when he gains momentum. He'll press the accelerator to come closer to us. And therefore all the benefits of this particular month. How beautifully he has aligned with us, whether we appreciate him, whether we express our gratitude, whether we acknowledge, whether we say thank you, irrespective of all of that, nature, whole of nature is aligning itself with us. Right time, rains come, right time, harvest happens, everything is happening at the right time. The motion of the sun, the moon, the planets, everything. Only we are the ones who are disaligned. Therefore, this Nama of the Lord is telling us, that it's indicating to us that we also should align ourselves with the Lord. If we can also align ourselves with the higher and the lower, or both aligned perfectly, in harmony with each other, in tune with each other. In physics, in electronics we say, electrical circuits. When two circuits are aligned with each other, resonance happens. When two frequencies match with each other, resonance happens. Means maximum transference will be there of current over there. Similarly, when we align ourselves with the Lord, perfect alignment, things will just fall in place for all of us. That's what our masters are all. They're always aligned. How they are aligned? They have become the Lord himself. That is why we say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Our Guru and Brahman are not two. It's not even that they've aligned, they have become. So therefore, it's very important for all of us to align ourselves with the Lord, because he has already aligned with us. He is already anukūlaḥ. śatāvartaḥ, padmī and padmanibhēkṣaṇaḥ. So we will see the meaning of that. śatāvartaḥ. Shata always means 100. Now here 100 doesn't mean 99 plus 1. 100 doesn't mean 99 plus 1. It means many, it means numerous, it means infinite. That's what Shata means over there. So śatāvartaḥ therefore means innumerable. Śatāvartaḥ, that which comes again and again, again and again, again and again. We have seen this earlier also. The words Punarvasuhu was there, Ameyatma was there, Naikarupaha was there. Bhagavan comes again and again in different manifestations. We are not just talking about his avatars over here, which are the main avatars are 10, which we are aware of. But the Bhagavad gives us more than 20. In fact, each and every one of us is nothing but his avatar only. So in that sense, and we keep coming again and again, again and again. So Bhagavan clothed with equipment, the physical equipment, the mental equipment and the intellectual equipment are we all human beings. So in that sense, śatāvartaḥ, he takes on innumerable forms. Padmī, padmanibhēkṣaṇaḥ, we will do it together. Padmī means one who has got the lotus in his hand. Padma is lotus. So he has the lotus in his hand. Vishnu has got 4 arms, Chaturbhujaha. He carries the Shankha, Chakra, Gada and the Padma in all his 4 hands, we are told. So what does each one of them represent something for us? The Shankha and Chakra, in the context, the meaning also will change. Shankha, Chakra over there, they are both at the same level. Both of them represent Srishti and Samhara. Sthiti is in between. So what represents creation? Shankha represents Nada. We create Nada. So Shankha represents creation. So the Shankha represents the Brahma aspect of him. Then of course he is there to do Paripalana, to maintain. And the Chakra there represents Kala Chakra. That which destroys everything. Samhara. So in that context, they both, Shankha and Chakra represent that, but in different contexts, Shankha also represents the inner voice in each one of us. Sometime in our lives we feel something indicating or telling us to take up to the the nobler life, an inner call we say. And that is represented by Shankha over there. Why do we suddenly feel that need to leave the path of adharma and walk onto the path of dharma? Because Gada has come sufficient times in our lives. Gada means knocks. So the tragedies that come, the miseries that come, the sufferings that come to us, problems, all of them make us more and more mature. And finally it gives to us, Vairagya slowly starts coming into us. We are not talking about temporary, now and then the Vairagya that comes to us. This is permanent we are talking about. So when Vairagya starts coming to us, inner renunciation, slowly we start dropping off all these things which we hold as very, very dear to us. That which was very significant to us now becomes insignificant to us. And we say, and then we start questioning about life. What is life? Who am I? Is this all the, whatever we have earned in our life, is it all the end? Or is there something more for us to gain in life? This is the Shankha, Nada, that happens in us because of the Gada, the knocks. So therefore, if we listen to the Shankanada and walk the spiritual path, at some point of time, Sudarshana will happen to us. So, Darshana. Darshana means vision. Su means auspicious, divine darshan of the Lord. So, that will happen to us. And then the Padma over there represents the finale, the goal, the ultimate goal, the state of enlightenment, mukti, moksha, etc. But on the other hand, if even after all the knocks in our life, if we don't heed to the call of that inner voice in us, the same chakra can annihilate us also. We know how spiritually we can drop in our life, we can fall in our lives. So these are the 4 Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma that the Lord carries in his hand. So that Padma over there, what all does it represent? It represents knowledge. because only when the sun comes up, the lotus blooms. Sun again represents for us knowledge. So the flower itself blooms only when the sun comes up. Therefore, the significance and the suggestiveness over here. So the lotus represents knowledge. Lotus represents beauty. It's very, very beautiful. Its fragrance also. Good fragrance, vasanas, good vasana. Sadvasanas it represents for us. Beauty of our inner personality is what it suggests to us. It represents tranquility and balance. Most of our gods are either sitting on or standing on the lotus. Nobody can stand or sit on a lotus, we know that, which means balance. Bhagavan is always in balance. He represents the state of equanimity for us, which is nothing but the state of enlightenment for us. So therefore, and also it represents knowledge, of course, it represents. All our deities are rooted in the knowledge which they suggest to us, or they signify the spiritual knowledge for all of us. So that knowledge the lotus represents for us, and finally it represents mukti and moksha also for us. So if we are able to take care of ourselves and walk the spiritual path earnestly, Bhagavan will hand over the lotus to us. In the sense, fulfillment will happen, mukti and moksha will become ours. Therefore, the Padma in his hand, Padmī, one who has the lotus in his hand. Padmanibhēkṣaṇaḥ, one who has got eyes like the lotus, as beautiful as the lotus. Not the lotus, the petal of the lotus we are told. Again, eyes always give away what the character that we really are. Whatever is there inside, we can read in somebody's eyes. If anger is there, we can make out with the help, in the other person's eyes. If love is there, yes, we can make out. It also reveals to us the intellectual abilities and capacities of a person. Whether the person is tamasic or whether the person is rajasic, a highly hyperactive person, we can make out from the eyes over there. A dull person, we can make out. A sattvic person, we can make out. So whatever is there inside our inner personality gets revealed through our eyes. We can also make out whether a person is listening to us or not. In classroom, we can make out. The student is sitting in front of us, looking at us, and she hopes that the teacher doesn't know that I have switched off in class. But we can make out. Reading the face is nothing but reading the eyes over there. So the eyes reveal to us what the person's characteristics are, qualities are. Bhagavan's characteristics and qualities, we know what they are. All of them over here. 1,000 of them have been given to us over here. Even more than that. Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. Hari's glories are also Ananta. It's not just restricted to thou. So all of them are revealed through his eyes. That's why whenever they do the prana pratishtha of an idol vigraha in the temple, the last thing is unfolding the eye. Even when the Shilpi works on it, last he works on the face. He takes a lot of time on working on the face, and especially the eyes and the lips of the Lord. Again, the lips suggest whether the Lord is smiling. Prasannata should be sculpted in the vigraha over there, and that is represented by the Lord's lips. Similarly, the eyes also. So when they do the prana pratishtha, the last thing is the eyes of the vigraha are closed, and then they are unveiled. With the help of chandan or something, the eyes are closed, and then whoever is the one who is doing the prana pratishtha will remove the chandan. It's a ritual. There's a ritualistic process over there, unveiling. So therefore, padmanibhēkṣaṇaḥ, one who has got eyes which are as beautiful as the lotus. Again, all the earlier qualities are again applicable over here also. Lord is the one who represents for us beauty, tranquility, balance, knowledge, mukti, moksha, etc. So they're all over there symbolized in his beautiful eyes, which are like the petals of the lotus.